free. If you want to stand up, that's fine with us too, whatever. What a great crowd, as you could tell, because we didn't put up enough chairs out. We had to bring chairs out. And I love that when that happens, especially about something as exciting as we're here today to celebrate. I want to recognize some folks first, and I hope I wrote everybody down. If I didn't, I apologize. First, I want to recognize Senator Jay Morris. To my right, Jay, would you stand and remain standing? Next, Chris Turner next to him. Chris, stand up. Chris is our representative. Jay is our senator. And we need to give them a huge round of applause for what they did. Thank you, both of them. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate y'all. Y'all are incredible this year. What they did for the City of Ruston, Lincoln Parish, Ouachita Parish, this Northeast Louisiana is incredible. So thank you. We appreciate y'all so very much. Next, two city council members. I'm looking to be sure we don't have some others who've just slipped in. Carolyn Cage, Angela Mayfield, y'all stand. Again, without these folks, we couldn't get so much stuff done. So thank y'all. Dickie Crawford with Tech and Rick Gallo with GSU. We'll talk about them a little bit more in their institutions in just a minute. Amanda Carrier with the CVB was right there. Randy Esters with Delta Community College. To my right, Doug Postel, the parish administrator, over to my left, and Judge Bruce Hampton to my left also. So thank you all so much for being here, the dignitaries that I just mentioned. Before I get into the program itself, I want to invite you to another groundbreaking. It'll be a press conference / groundbreaking. That'll be on August 17th, very conveniently located right behind this building in the parking lot there. It'll be a groundbreaking for the $17.5 million build grant that we got from the federal government. That's bidding tomorrow, and we hope that it comes in with some really good bids, prices. But that will be a very exciting event because it's such a huge grant, first of all, but it ties our university, Louisiana Tech, and downtown Ruston together. So I invite you right now to come back on August 17th for that. Next, let me thank Great Minds. Where are they? In the back. Great Minds handles all of our PR and advertising and everything for the city, and they put this together, and I appreciate so much their work. Also, Haley Perot in the back, my assistant, and in charge of special events and everything else, does a great job, so thank you all for that. Next, I want to talk for just a second about the partnership with Grambling and Louisiana Tech. As y'all all know, 7 years ago when I ran for office, I said that we had to have a close partnership with our universities, and we have tried to do that, and we do have a great relationship, and they have worked with us on everything, but especially on this. Louisiana Tech and Grambling are such an important part of this, and you'll see why a little more when you watch the video and everything else. So at this point, I'm going to stop talking for a minute. This is just a great day for the City of Ruston. I can't be happier about what's happening in our city, especially this project. When I became mayor 7 years ago, I told my staff we want to be first or second in everything we do, and we're the first city in the state to do this, and there's a few others in the nation, but it's a very special program, and I appreciate everybody being here today for that. So this time we'll watch the video, and who's going to be in charge of that? Chris.
Do you remember the good times you had at Louisiana Tech or Grambling and your love for the Ruston community before you began your search for that perfect job? You may have traveled out of state and into a large corporate office to provide the talent you gained during your education. We've missed you and want to do everything possible to bring our best and brightest back to Ruston. Hundreds of large corporations have adopted remote work strategies and have no intention of reverting back to crowded offices, which presents an opportunity for you. We take pride in our ingenuity and innovative solutions which have long served our community well. So once again, Ruston is rising to the occasion and is excited to launch Welcome to Ruston, a new program that steps forward to bring talent back in. back into a city with a lower cost of living, back into a lower median home price, back into a community offering miles of greenways and trails designed for your favorite outdoor recreation and exercise, back to some of the nation's top facilities for youth and collegiate sports.
As Mayor of Ruston, I'm proud to represent a community that has so much to offer its citizens. We constantly strive to preserve the quality of life for all our residents. We've always done a fabulous job of rolling out the red carpet for visitors. That's why this innovative program is so exciting. It's one of only a few in the country, and the very first in the state of Louisiana. Here's how it works. We have $10,000 grants that allow former students to relocate back to Ruston for a 3-year term.
If you are a Louisiana Tech or Grambling graduate and currently work outside the state of Louisiana, we encourage you to apply for this program. These grants will put more money in your pocket, and we pledge lifetime Alumni Association memberships when you come back home to Ruston.
Grambling State University has also added incentives that will enhance your experience while you're enjoying the natural beauty of the area and its many cultural and family-friendly things to do.
We actually wanted to go to New Orleans and move our business there, but we just seen that the opportunity here in Ruston was it was great for us. We were already connected with the school, we were already connected with the community. The city connected us, and just the opportunity that we were able to get here versus there has just accelerated our business in a way that we couldn't even explain.
It was the best decision for our business and what we're trying to accomplish.
I'm really excited about this new program and how it can facilitate other families like my own moving to Ruston. You can kind of get the best of both worlds of city life as well as more country life. Like, we're on a 2-acre lot right now. We're only 5 minutes from Lowe's. And I never would have been able to afford a 2-acre lot in Dallas, where we used to live.
Welcome to Ruston, Louisiana. That gives you just a little bit about the program itself. You know, anything that gets done in the city is because first the city council approves it, and then we have great people who work in the city. And we had a team of 3 people that worked on this. Andrew Halbrook, who's our Director of Utilities for the city, Ray Watson to my right, who is our Economic Development person, and John Waltz, our city planner. John cannot be here today. So these 3 really put this program together. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Andrew and let him give you kind of the evolution of how this whole program came about. Andrew?
Thank you, Mayor Walker. So, in the beginning, I really kind of thought of this program when I was sitting in quarantine over Christmas. And my wife and I were sitting there, and I had a laptop, but I was in quarantine. I was away from the office, but I was still working. And I thought to myself, man, I can function just as well in this environment as I can in the office environment. And maybe not just as well, but pretty well. And so I began to do a little research, and we found similar programs that incentivized individuals to come back to a city or relocate to a city, and the incentive mainly being a financial installment. And let's see. So what we decided, or what we came up with, is what we're calling the Welcome to Ruston program. And what we found out is that during COVID-19, remote workers and remote working strategies became extremely prevalent because of the flexibility and the technology that is now available. And likewise, hundreds of corporations, mainly Fortune 500 companies, have adopted these strategies. And they are extremely prevalent in the technology sector, which we know both of our partnership universities, Louisiana Tech and Grambling State, are heavily leveraged in. So we came up, I brought it to the Mayor Walker, and he gave us the green light, and our team got together and said, what can we do? What would be a great pilot? What would be a great opportunity to demonstrate this proof of concept and show that this really will be a valuable economic development tool for the City of Ruston. And we decided on 25 $10,000 grant opportunities and running all of these things through our Lincoln Economic Development Council. Out of that council, we do have a subcommittee that is made up of community members, and those community members will be the ones making these awards. So I know we are partnered heavily with Louisiana Tech and Grambling State, and our priority will be given to those alumni. However, we do encourage anyone who is living away from Ruston and has a remote employment to apply. So ideally, like I said, we are looking for Louisiana Tech and Grambling State alumni who live outside of Louisiana or outside of a 100-mile radius of Ruston. We are looking for individuals who will demonstrate a positive output or a positive outlook on our community, being that they have fond memories of their time at Tech, in Ruston, at Grambling, and they demonstrate all of those things and those feelings in the application. And, obviously they have to be a remote employee. How do we plan on reaching out? So starting today with this press conference, we will begin to put information or provide information to the alumni foundations, and through those alumni foundations, we will begin to reach out to the alumni directly, and also from our City of Ruston website and other means of advertisement. We will utilize some digital mail-outs. Ideally, we don't want this to be white noise. We want it to have a very impactful presentation, and so we're going to utilize just a lot of digital media because we feel the demographics that we are going after are really going to pay attention to digital media versus traditional print media. So why would anyone want to live in Ruston? I mean, I could spend 2 hours on this, but really, in an economic sense, we have a low cost of living. When we are looking at where these individuals will be coming from or where we intend to bring them from are the high congregate settings and corporate settings in your major metropolitan areas. And of those places, we have around a 10 to 20% lower cost of living than those locals or those surrounding cities. We have great schools here. We have great public schools. We have great private schools. We have a very low student-teacher ratio. And all those things are very important when we are attracting the 28 to 48 demographic. The City of Ruston and Louisiana Tech and our local universities have made significant investments. Just all the infrastructure investments that we've made, all the investments that have been made on our campuses, all the new sporting venues, all those things are going to continue to provide dividends and give dividends back to the City of Ruston and are extremely attractive things and incubators for activities. We have we just have a great city. Low cost of living, low housing prices. We have great high quality air with vibrant downtown and a lot of things to do, always things to do here in Ruston and our universities. And so when we began to compare, we kind of said, let's look around, we know where a lot of our alumni go, and we began to review those cities. As you can tell, our percentage of violent crime is extremely low comparatively to other major metropolitan areas. The median home price is very low compared to those similar areas, as well as the student-teacher ratio and the air quality. If you have a remote opportunity and you live in one of these major cities and you like and you appreciate the the low cost of living and the community atmosphere that the City of Ruston has cultivated, then this is the right place for you. So I'm going to turn this over now to Ray Watson, who is our Economic Development Director, and he's going to discuss the economic impacts of this program.
Thank you, Andrew. When you look at this program, what we're looking at is 25 families at $10,000 a job. That's $250,000 for the initial cost of the program. And then when you evaluate that based on what that turned over in a community, we ran our own numbers. We were right around $15 million is what the total program would hit. We then went to Dr. Scott at Louisiana Tech, and he ran those numbers again based on a different scenario. than we did because we were basing on a 2% multiplier based on average jobs in the community. But he took the jobs that would be mostly related to this type of program, which are a lot higher in more disposable income, and used a 2.97 multiplier on that. And when his numbers came out, they were right at $22 million of what it comes back into the community. The other thing that's important to look up here is that we have a situation where you have tax generated from this program for the statewide at just around $900,000, which is significant given the program costs $250,000 to start, and then you're going to have a $900,000 return just in taxes alone. And then with the money that turns over from that disposable income, you end up with a $22 million return on investment for the community. As you can see from the numbers, we got pretty excited. We talked to quite a few communities that are already doing it, Tulsa, some of the other ones that are started 2 years ago, and they've all seen significant returns from this program. So anyway, I'm going to turn it back to the mayor and go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ray, for all of that. This, you can see now why I'm so excited about this program. This offers us an opportunity to bring some real talent back into our city. And I told Rick and Dickie they did not have to talk, but I am going to offer them at least the opportunity. So, President Gallo, would you like to say a few words? You got to. You got to.
It's hard to turn down the microphone. Let me just say how appreciative I am to partner with City of Ruston, not just on this initiative, but of course on the Real Change in Ruston initiative as well. And I do think that really speaks to the level of leadership and inclusiveness that we all have in this community. And so the fact that Mayor Walker has been very inclusive, has given us the opportunity to partner, I think speaks to a very bright future for Lincoln Parish and for all of us who call this place home and raising our families. And you know, this type of program shows that he's thinking outside the box. And you know, if you're looking at return on investment, I think that's a pretty good return on the investment. So again, it's all win-win, and we're very grateful to be a part of it. I did want to just recognize a couple of our team members from Grambling, Shannon Reeves, who's here with us, our alumni director, as well as Tisha Arnold, our communications director, and just wanted to make sure you all know that they're part of our team. Mayor, thank you again for our inclusion on this, and I'm looking forward to the next big idea, and we want to be a part of it. So
Thank you so very much. If you'll give that mic to Dickie, and Dr. Geis is not here, but Dickie's filling in for him.
The only thing I'm not appreciative of is you make me follow him. I never want to follow President Steve. So, I had a parent and a student in my office who was looking at coming to Ruston and Louisiana Tech recently. They said, "Tell me what's different about Louisiana Tech and Ruston." So one thing is we have two universities that are right here in this community that work close together to help students succeed. And we work with a city administration that cares deeply about that relationship between the two universities and having a true town and gown relationship with not just one university, but two universities. So that is extremely unique and special. And so we're blessed to be in a community like that, and to be working in a community like that, helping students succeed. So this is just a creative, innovative concept that's only going to continue to help that. And I appreciate your leadership, Mr. Mayor, and just appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, you know, I think everybody in this room understands those two universities are the economic driver of this parish. We need them both to be very strong, effective, and I appreciate so much the leadership we have at those two great universities. I do need to mention before we open it up for questions, and Chris Turner or Jay, y'all can correct me, Stuart Cathy had a bill in the legislature this year called the Digital Nomad. So there's tax credits available for people who work from home. Did I say that right?
Yes.
So another incentive to get people to move. And the governor did sign it? Great. So at this time, I'm sure you have questions. We hope you have questions. And we'll open it up, and I promise you I won't be able to answer them, but Andrew or Ray probably will. Yes, sir.
I noticed you said that the program is mainly focused around remote, people dealing with remote. Is that a restriction to this program? People that want to move back to the area, let's say they have some kind of job that allows them to move back into the area that's not remote. Is that still something that would qualify them for this program?
No, this is strictly remote workers.
Okay.
And let me clear up one other. We had an email this morning, someone saying, you know, you're prioritizing Grambling State and Louisiana Tech. What about the other schools in the state where a kid from Ruston might have gone to another school? Because of the partnerships that we have with these two, and they're in Lincoln Parish, that's the reason we're doing it. If a kid went to XYZ University and it's more than 100, and they're living more than 100 miles from here, and they're working remotely, they would still be eligible. We just want to give priority to these two university graduates, and they're helping us by getting that word out to their alumni base. Great question. Yes, ma'am.
Does moving back mean Ruston city limits, buying a home within Ruston city limits or within the area?
Ruston city limits, but also there's some additional ways you can receive it. If you're within approximately the 3-mile radius where we provide garbage pickup and recycling, and in some cases utilities, then you will be considered. And there's an application process. There's a website that you need to go to, www.welcometoruston.org. It has lots of the information we've gone over today, and if you have any other questions, you can call the number that's also on there, and we will address those questions directly also. Other questions? Oh, wait.
And that's more of a compliance issue.
Use that mic.
If they are outside of the city limits or outside the service area, then there's no way for us to make sure that they are living up to what the intent of the program is.
Right. I may have missed it in Andrew's presentation. Is this tax exempt?
I don't think so, but we hadn't addressed that. I don't think so, no. I don't think there's any way it could be tax exempt. But have y'all looked into it?
Yes, sir. We haven't discussed the tax exemption, but I don't believe it's possible.
We will check, but I don't believe it possibly could be. Nancy, go ahead.
Where is the $250,000 coming from, and when does the program start?
Andrew, you'll address when the program starts, and I'll address the money.
It starts today. Applications we are accepting them today. If any of you know any individuals who would love to move back to our community, please feel free to forward them the website, and I would love to see an application.
As far as where the money's coming from, 2 different areas. 7 years ago when I was elected, we said we needed to set things up as a business. We needed to run the city as a business, so therefore we needed revenue streams. So we also realized that we don't have a river running through Ruston, or we don't have a huge lake or anything to draw people to it. So we looked at 2 things. First, the sports complex that would not only allow our folks, our kids, and adults to better facilities within the city, but also it would attract outside money, outside teams, travel teams coming to our city, which they are. So now we have 3,000 to 5,000 visitors every weekend coming to Ruston, spending money. So our sales tax revenue has been up a tremendous amount each month since we've gotten back to being open after the pandemic. Also, we wanted more shops, so we went after a shopping center, which also helps our sales tax. So those revenues, that's where some of the money will come from. If we can use some of the American Rescue funds, we will. We haven't gotten that clarification yet. We hope in years to come, or this year, if somebody wants to step up, that businesses within our city will say, hey, this is a great program that benefits everyone, and be a part of that. We've actually, Ray and Andrew went and met with Louisiana Economic Development. We did not get approved for anything. It was not, I guess it was because it was the first one and they just didn't maybe understand the concept maybe, but we hope in the long run that LED will step up and help fund some of this also. Yes, sir?
I know you said that there's going to be a board, selection board on the how many are on that board, or how many are going to be on that board? I'm assuming that you already have people selected. How many people are on that board that makes the selection for who's going to be the ones receiving this?
Go ahead.
There are 5 individuals that have been selected. I know 2 of them are here today. We have representation from both of our partnership universities, 2 individuals who are just from our community, and then Ray Watson has the representation of the Lincoln Economic Development Council.
Yes, sir.
I may have missed it, but is there a website? Do you go to Rusty's website to pull the information? Because they're working remotely somewhere else. It's easier to send it to the kids and say, go to the site, look at the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. www.welcometoruston.org. And I think you can also get it from our website. Yeah, either way. Other questions? That's it? Fabulous. I know everyone in here knows somebody that fits this profile. I hope that you will call that person or persons, invite them to be a part of this program. We really believe this can be a real changer for our city. I tell the youth that come, like tomorrow night, Louisiana Tech will have their orientation, and when I speak to the kids and their parents on Wednesday night, I always tell them the energy that they bring to our city. It's amazing to have, not only Tech, but Grambling students here, and the energy and the enthusiasm, the volunteerism of those kids wanting to participate in different things in our city. So I know what young people, and most of these remote workers are young, and I'm fixing to be 70, so young is like 45 and younger, and getting younger every day. So I just really appreciate, first, this city allowing us to do innovative programs like this. I really appreciate the staff that we have for the City of Ruston who will take these kind of programs and run with it. And I thank each one of you for being here today. We will be here for questions afterwards. If you have a question, feel free to come forward, and if not, there's a phone number on the website. Call us. We'll get back to you, or email us, either one. Thank you so very much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here today and being a part of this great program. Y'all have a great week. Great job.